Hello. I like to talk about some simple things in life, just the everyday thing. When you're growing up, you sort of you try to even speak or make friends with anyone. I'll tell you why. I was a very private person, and I didn't want that. I didn't want. That was my lifestyle. I don't tell too many people too many things. Even when I was at school, I learned to keep to myself and speak only when I'm spoken to. Well, that's how I was brought up. Never inquisitive. I could have been a genius by minding everybody's business and getting into unnecessary trouble. But one thing I learned, when we get into other people's business, we get into more trouble. And I try to stay away from trouble because when trouble troubles trouble, then trouble you. And so I was scared of that because I saw too many things happen and I wouldn't elaborate because I just wanted people to find out on their own if something went wrong. I did what was right to motivate me. I actually was busy in doing whatever I wanted to do. I used to sew. Then I was not expert, but I was learning every day to cut patterns, do alterations. Of course, I could run a dress and alter the dress and measure, use my imagination. I used to use my imagination just by looking and checking the size. I know sometimes some people will say it's impossible, but I did it, and it helped me. I would take a piece of paper, I cut it the same size, and I'll measure it on both sides. Well, I didn't know how to read the tape then, and both sides of the dress, of the inside of the dress, and then I'll thread the machine and I will run it slowly. I worked very slowly because I was scared where the needle will go inside my hand. But I'm telling you, that helped me a great deal. I used to, if any, there's nothing can be torn in my house because my father always said we must mend it with a needle and a cotton. And I used to sit and I used to sew and I used to see my mother sewing all the time, sewing dresses for us and so showing pants for my brother, short pants, and making night dresses for us, and sewing curtains, and mending. Nothing was broken in our home. Nothing. We can't see a cup that's broken because if we're sitting and eating, we must sit one place. Just giving you an example. But I learned over the years that we need to keep ourselves busy. My father used to always say, time is money and we must waste no time because when we learn something, practice makes perfect. We don't have to be perfect, but when we practice, we get there. We really get there, and we leave a legacy. We're not lazy. We got no time to run around to the neighbor's house or run on the road. We never played on the road. We played in the yard. I was very small when I was playing, and I play alone, and I talk to myself and I listen and when it's time to go inside the house, we used to run around without shoes, but we wash our legs before we get into the house. And my mother always gave us body wash, cleaned us, and kept us neat and tidy before my father came home because, or else, my father wanted to know what my mother did at home. We were just two, my brother and I, and a little baby. But we did listen to my mother, never run on the road and never run anywhere. We played in the yard. Then it was my father's car. We used to play in my father's car. And then, that was the playtime for us. Playing with leaves and shrubs. And there was no toys at time, but I never played with my brother. I played alone. And that helped me. But the sewing, like when I got into the sewing, then I started learning little by little, little by little. But every little thing I learned on my own, and it's good to learn. It's very, very good to learn. Whatever you're doing, you don't have to be a genius, but you learn step by step. I was too scared that the needle will go into my finger if I use the machine. That's why I used a needle, a needle, and it was very good, on my part. Thank you. Bye.